We could be getting more Xbox peripherals to play games with. What's going on, everybody? Kwaku here. I gotta bring you some news, and it's really interesting news. Phil Spencer had an interview with Stratechery, and they were talking about how to pretty much enhance, I guess, the Xbox ecosystem. And this is a direct quote here from Phil Spencer. He says here, I think you're going to see lower price hardware as part of our ecosystem. When you think about streaming sticks and other things that somebody might want to just go and plug into their TV and go play via xCloud. And he says, you can imagine us even having something that we can just include in the Game Pass subscription that gave you the ability to stream xCloud games to your television and buying the controller. That would be pretty cool. He says Phil Spencer also teases the potential for an Xbox Game Pass Platinum with guaranteed access to new Xbox hardware. And as you know already, Microsoft has been doing a lot of these bundling things for a while with the Xbox All Access. They've been doing things even with Surface devices with I think it was called Surface All Access, where you could get the latest Surface device every year. You just pay monthly. It's kind of like you never own the device, but you just pay every year. And then when you're ready to upgrade, you just give them the old one and then you get a new one. And now they've been doing that with Xbox as well, with the Xbox All Access stuff, where again, you could do the series, you can do the Series X and S, and I think the One X and even the One S and the digital edition at one point. You could do all of those things with a low monthly payment. I think it was like $35 and under, and you could just get the latest Xbox and automatically upgrade to the latest and greatest one when they came out. And they're doing that, like I said, for the next gen consoles as well. So, but now they're also talking about another tier essentially for that kind of program where imagine you're not a person who really needs like the physical console. You just kind of very casual. I have friends like that. They don't really need the physical console. They don't play games too much, so they don't want to pay an arm and a leg to get a console like $300. They just want to play some games. They don't have a great computer or anything. They just want to play some Xbox games or games in general. Stadia, I heard, is not very great at all right now. So Xbox is like the other thing that people are really supporting and hitting really hard. And they could get this kind of streaming stick. And if it was like $99, it makes kind of sense, right? If it was $99, you get your Xbox One controller or the next gen controller. And then you also get that streaming stick. Let's say the value of that stick to Microsoft is like $30. To get a little profit from it, they charge a $10 premium. So it's $99, $100 all in, and you get access to the streaming stick, which gives you access to all the apps in the Xbox ecosystem, as well as streaming xCloud to your TV. To me, that sounds pretty good. That sounds pretty dope. It sounds really, really good. And then also here it says Phil Spencer also teases the potential for a Game Pass Platinum, like I said before. So who knows what that could entail, but I like that idea. Now, the other idea I also like is the idea of how like Netflix bundles their app into a bunch of TVs pre-built in. And Apple is now doing that with Apple TV service, where before you would think you only had to buy an Apple TV to get access to Apple TV Plus. Now you can just have your, say, Samsung TV and you can use Apple TV Plus. Imagine that for Xbox. Imagine if Microsoft put Xbox, like xCloud, that kind of Game Pass app, into your TV. So when you buy your TV, you just download the app, or maybe it's pre-installed. And then therefore, all you need is an Xbox One controller, which they range in prices $40 and up for the legitimate ones, not the third-party ones. And then you have access to just playing xCloud games. Depending on your experience, it'll vary depending on where you live, obviously. But you could play your xCloud games on your TV without even needing the stick or anything. Imagine it being pre-installed. I feel like that's the next step after the stick, if it even came out, is just embedding the app directly into TVs. I kind of feel like that's what should happen. But obviously, I think it's easier for Microsoft to make more money off of us if they just make it a physical stick that you have to buy, so they can bypass the TV makers. They can just make the money directly. That would be pretty cool. I gotta say that would be pretty cool. Because again, we think about Xbox in tiers, right? We think about it. I think about it in tiers as if, let's say you have the base entry level tier where all you are is a person who wants to play games. Occasionally, you're not like you're really casual, extreme casual. Because I feel like xCloud is for the extreme casual, because it's not always the greatest experience. and you just want Xbox access. So you buy a TV that has Xbox pre-installed. Let's say the remote of the TV. Imagine this phone being the remote of the TV. It has an Xbox button in the middle, or it has like a shortcut similar to how some TV remotes have Netflix built into the remote. You have an Xbox button, you press that, it jumps into the app, or you go into the TV and you press that, it goes into the app, and then you pick up your controller and start playing your xCloud games, which there's a bunch of them. That would be pretty cool. It's not the greatest experience, but it's a good entry level experience. And then stepping forward a little bit, then you got the people who purchase like an Xbox One X or an Xbox Series S, who then get their 1080 at 120 frames per second experience, which is native experience, not cloud streaming experience. They can still do xCloud stuff, but they don't need to stream their games because you can download it directly onto your console for the ideal experience. And that one would obviously be the price of the Series S. And then stepping forward even more to the next tier would be the Xbox Series X owners, those people who own a 4K TV and up that want the ideal Xbox experience, and they would pay for their 4K 120 FPS or 4K 60 experience. And that has the perfect experience for Xbox, everything you could possibly want out of Xbox in that experience for the higher price. And then to me, I feel like adding a fourth tier to it essentially is the PC tier, because Xbox is built into Windows 10. So imagine the PC tier, where those people who have, say, a gaming PC like I do behind me, and they are the ones who want the perfect, I like the kingpin perfect experience, where they spent their $2,000 or whatever it is on a gaming computer, and now they get to play whatever frames per second, unlocked frames per second they want, not controlled by Microsoft in any way. They get to play those things on their computer, and it's all cross compatible because it's all Xbox. To me, that sounds like the master plan for Microsoft, and that sounds like a really good plan for Microsoft. I would love to see something like that happen, as well as I would love to see Microsoft, with this kind of talk that I'm saying, bring out like a Surface device that's tailored towards gaming. Maybe it's like Surface Cross Xbox, and those will be the people who want a gaming PC. And I said it in a previous video, a gaming PC, but it's a Microsoft Surface device. So you know the experience is going to be good, the hardware is going to be good, you'll get good support for it, it'll be bloatware free, the Microsoft genuine experience in Surface, but for gaming. That will be it. Microsoft will then have controlled every single aspect of their hardware, software, and everything, and it'll just be for gamers. If you want this, you get the Surface, that's gaming. Or if you want the base experience, you get the TV that has Xbox built in. Or if you want the next one, you get the streaming stick with the controller. That way you can play it on your TV no matter where you go, and so on and so forth. That would be pretty cool. Let me know what you guys think in the comments section below. And as Dave Lee says, thumbs if you like it, subs if you love it. And I'll talk to you guys later. I'm stealing his line. Take care, everybody.
I say, Mr. Bravo.